Wow, well, I think the most intriguing fish are these little shrimp. See these little shrimp in here? They are fantastic. They only live about 4 years, but they are absolutely fantastic. They're quite good specimens and very big. Some of the other fish that you can get, this one here and that cleaner shrimp, they're all fish that are quite common. Those shrimp there are not that common. The corellas and the tanks, see over here, all these green corellas and red corellas and blue corellas, they're hard to grow, and you actually feed them with a straw and they grow bigger and bigger and bigger, so they're a very, very big part of the tank for colour. We've got this little one here is another one that's been reasonably hard to get. These ones here you've got to feed these with a straw, a little piece of micronic fish stuff and stuff like that that you squirt into these corals, and it makes them grow and keeps them growing. I don't know if you noticed, I can see in here a tiny little clam. See that little tiny clam in there, little blue one, which is a bit rare to get a blue one like that. Can you see him there? Just in there, just underneath, he just flicked himself. See, he just opened and closed, that little clam there. And they work on photosynthesis, they open and close on that sort of thing. This is my favourite fish. Did you see him? He comes from the Caribbean, and he's a French angel. A fantastic fish. Very, very friendly, and you can see him up here, bring him up on the food. There's a little blenny in there, see that little blenny? He eats all the algae off the rocks and that sort of thing. There's a lionfish over there, see the little lionfish? He's nearly full grown, he doesn't grow much bigger than that. Now you got, wow, see the coral, look, if you pan in on this, and this coral just round here, underneath this leather, there's a coral, actually algae, growing in the tank itself, and there's some there, and it makes the tank look so lovely, and what it proves is the tank is in perfect balance. You know, you don't grow these sort of things. If the water's not perfect, they just won't grow. Those things just don't happen in a tank. So these are the little things that you know your water is right, and it's good for the fish, the temperature is right, and it's actually proof that you've got it pretty well balanced. And balance is a big thing. Now if you come down to here, you'll find that all these here, and that bottle one there, see that one there? The white one, he just grows and grows and grows and seems to get bigger and bigger and bigger. But we don't lose many of the corals, but we do feed the corals. Not all of them, but most of them we feed so that they survive. And we find that there's little tiny baby ones that have broken off and grown on their own right within the tank. This leather opens and closes, this big one. He opens and closes of a night, and if you touch it, it'll just roll up and sort of close up, you know. That green leather up the back, it's got green little follicles. But one of the main things I think with a tank is you've got good filtration and you've got a good water flow, and you've got to have water flow on the top of your tank because that aerates the water to some extent. And if you don't have that, well then you don't grow things as good as you should. We actually haven't lost a fish in this tank for the last 18 months, but I must say that when we started the tank and put the tank together, it took us really 6 to 9 months to get it to a stage where it was habitable for the fish, and it was a tank that was balanced and that sort of thing. We put plenty of coral sand in here, and that turned black until we got a goby or 2 gobies, and they cleaned it. We had the coral rock, and that was put in. There's 300 kilos of rock in there, which I know it doesn't look like it now, but there's 300 kilos of coral rock in there, and it's live rock. This is the guts of the filter, which makes the whole tank work properly. These are algae in here, which I grow, which compete with the algae in the tank, and that stops any algae coming into the tank, and the effluent of the fish is all absorbed in here. It's got a sand bed to make it grow, and I've got a light in here to make it grow as well. And strangely enough, the fish eat some of that. I pull some of that out once a week and I put it in the tank and the fish eat it, and they love it. I've got, this is a refugium type filter. You can see the sand bed in the bottom. When you look around here, I've got 2 of these. A top-up tank in this part of the tank. That's all the chemicals that I use at different times to do different things in the water. This is the top-up tank, which automatically fills this tank, which fills that tank. And you'll find that this is this pipe here is the one that runs downstairs and actually goes down to keep the water temperature a constant temperature. These are all electronic things here that keep the temperature gauge, and this is water top up here. You might see that up there turning. That's topping the actual tank up, because you do lose a percentage of your water over a period, particularly in summer, more so than winter, and you need to top your water level up. This house is expensive to run on electricity anyway, but yeah, it makes a bit of a difference, but not that expensive. Keeping fish is not that expensive. That depends on what lighting you use and what things you use in the tank. You know, it's moderate, but it's like anything. If you enjoy it, well, does it matter? I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? You know, if you enjoy it, well, so what? Well, I think aquarium keeping is just a fantastic experience, and it really, really is rewarding to see and achieve what you've achieved with a tank, and the pleasure you get out of it, and it's just fantastic. I mean, it's, you know, it's cheaper than a girlfriend, let's face it. It's fantastic.